Well, good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana Weather. Thanks for logging on to the latest forecast update. Sorry for haven't been posting as much lately. Had some things going on this week, but hopefully we're getting back on kind of a regular basis. Thankfully, no severe weather in the past few days compared to what we saw last week, and I don't really see anything major shaking out for us in the foreseeable future. Do see a lot more rain chances though, and that's kind of unfortunate because we have certainly had enough of that. In fact, I've had 6.96 inches of rain here at the Southern Indiana Weather Office since the first. So the first 15 days of April, that's the way things have shaping out, just shy of 7 inches of rain. That's more than we need for a month. But more on the way, which we'll talk about here in just a second. Today's update, folks, is sponsored by Welps Farm and Greenhouse, your one-stop shop for rural living, folks. It is spring season. It is garden planting time. If we can ever get the rain to stop and sort of dry out things a little bit, if you need some annuals, you need some perennials, you need some herbs, you need some onion sets, some potato sets, vegetables, all kinds of things, folks. Shop at Welps Farm and Greenhouse there in Birdseye. You can visit them on the web, welpsfarmandgreenhouse.com. And if you go through here, you can see all kinds of information about what they have. A lot of great stuff there. You can see their hours. You give them a call at 326-2709, folks. They're located at 7907 East State Road 64 in Birdseye. Give them a call. Visit them. Tell them Southern Indiana Weather sent you. All right, folks, here is a look at satellite and radar right now. Again, not a whole lot around us at this point. Just some very light drizzle out there in places today, but nothing too big. Anything that we see today will be pretty isolated in nature. And now tonight we may end up seeing a little bit more rain start to push up from the south. So I think that will definitely be the factor and put it into play. Let me show you that as we take a look at the GFS model here, and let me show you how rainy it's going to get. As I said, the rain chances are here to stay for a while. Let me show you what I need. What I mean here is this afternoon, folks. As I put this into motion, there's a little bit of rain. Here's Indiana. Here's Southern Indiana, and specifically right here. As I put this into motion here, folks, you can see how the rain starts to move in potentially overnight and lasts through Thursday, but sort of a scattering type of chances for Thursday. Friday looks pretty dry to me at this point. I think anything that we get is going to be isolated, maybe a 20 or 30% chance at best from the way things are looking on Saturday. Not a big deal at all. In fact, it looks like it might be pretty warm on Saturday, which we'll talk about in a second. We start to dry out there a little bit, but by the time Saturday evening comes, Saturday morning looks pretty dry. Saturday afternoon, the rain's starting to move in, and by the time the evening comes, the rain is starting to move in, and it looks like it could be a pretty soggy overnight. Now, of course, this is not what we want to see if you're around the Louisville area. Thunder over Louisville is this Saturday, and of course, it looks like it's going to be a wet one. So if you're going for the big fireworks show down there, you may want to end up taking a umbrella with you, folks. It's looking rainy. So nonetheless, the rain is here to stay, and we certainly don't need that. The Ohio River is on the rise. They are all over the place from Louisville down to Evansville. So, folks, it's going to rise again with this much more rain. As I continue to put it into motion, here is Sunday and then into Monday, and you can see more rain. Looks next week, though, we start to dry out just a little bit, and the shower chances become a little bit more spotty in nature from the way things look. But as I continue to put the model into motion over the next 10 days, folks, just what you see here is rain chance after rain chance. It's one system after the next. We're just in a very active weather pattern. Things have just lined up in just the right way that the Pacific is just pumping up storm impulse after impulse in the jet stream right now, and it's firing out these storms, and it looks like it's here to stay in that pattern for a little while. Let me show you the way it shakes out on future radar, our high-res NAM model. Here we are going through the afternoon hours. Again, anything that's around this afternoon would be very isolated in nature, but as we start to take a look at it for later this evening and into tonight, you start to see those showers fire up a little bit more. Thursday morning, not a whole lot of activity, just a few spotty type of things around through the afternoon hours there as well. Then we start to see that move out of the way, and then by Friday, what you notice is that most of the rain is pretty much gone by Friday morning and into the afternoon hours. Stays pretty dry, and that's as far as future radar goes out right now, but by the time Saturday comes, we'll start to see some of those rain chances move back in. How much rain are we expecting over the next 10 days? Here is what the GFS takes a look at us for. Anywhere from 2 to 2.5 inches area wide over the next 10 days. Forecasted rainfall per the latest GFS model. So let's say another 2 to 3 inches possible over the next 10 days. Well, add another 2 or 3 inches onto what, 6.96? Oh my goodness. We're talking almost 7. We could have 9 or 10 inches by the time the next 10 days is over. As we start to near the end of April, we could be nearing the 10-inch mark for rain. It could be one of the wettest Aprils that we have ever seen since we recorded around here, and certainly that will be. Whether it'll overtake the number one or not remains to be seen. But folks, wet, wet, wet. So obviously, I know if you're itching to get out in your garden, or if farmers itching to get out in the fields, I understand you're going to have to dodge some raindrops. So over the coming days, it's just looking like it's not going to relent over the next 10 days. I don't think that it's going to be a huge deluge of rain like what we've seen in the past. Last week we had some major flooding that went on in some parts of the area around northern part of DuBois County into the southern part of Orange County. Northern part of Crawford got hammered very hard and did some major damage up there to some of the roadways and things. So I don't think that we're looking at another, 5 or 6 inch rain event in a couple of hours or anything like that, and not showing it up in the modeling right now. Let's hope it stays that way. But another 2 or 3 inches, at least if it's spread over a time, that'll be a lot better for us. But still, we really don't need it. Need things to dry out right now. If you're wanting to mow your lawn, all I can say, folks, dodge the raindrops. It will be warm over the next couple of days as we take a look at the 16-day temp spread here from the GFS ensembles. It's pretty cool today, still up into the mid 60s here, but start to warm into the 70s tomorrow. And actually, the ensembles are a little bit warmer than the deterministic models. 81 may be a little bit too high right now. I've not went that gutsy with my forecast call for Friday. I think I went with 76, and I went with about 70 tomorrow. I think this may be just a little bit too high, but it gives an idea of the pattern nonetheless. Fairly warm over the next few days, but we will go into the 60s after that for a while. Our normal high, by the way, is 69, so we're way above normal right now, but we're going to in a below normal pattern again in short measure. So yeah, it's kind of the story of our life. We've been up and down really for the past year or so with that. All right, folks, here is the way the 10-day shakes out. Go to southernindianaweather.com. Click on 10-day forecast there. Again, tonight, some scattered showers and thunderstorms later this evening moving up. We're going to go down to a low around 55, so not a bad low by any means. Fairly windy out there today. What little bit of peaks of sun that we see will start to cloud up pretty good tonight. Again, maybe some sunshine tomorrow, but it's going to be pretty well a mostly cloudy day the way things look. I think it holds us down to temperatures near 70 degrees. Warmer, though, under partly sunny skies on Friday with a high around 76. 70s mid there for both Saturday and Sunday, and then the 60s return after that. But again, hey, look at this next week, both Tuesday and Wednesday, only isolated shower chances the way the models shake things out right now. That's not bad. We'll take that, but better chances of rain return after that. So, bottom line, rain chances are in the forecast every single day. Sometimes it looks more isolated. Sometimes it's going to be a pretty good chance. But dodge the raindrops over the next 10 days. The wet forecast period is here on us. I suppose we'll be wanting this summer when things get dry again. It always happens. All right, folks, that is it for this edition of our Long Range Update. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Keep it tuned here to Southern Indiana Weather for more. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.